Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Lunchline Podcast. This is, in fact, the greatest podcast that you never heard. Hopefully, y'all Friday is going great, man. Mine is going well. Happy to be living another wonderful day, man. You know, counting your blessings. You always got to make sure that you're thankful for every opportunity that you get at life. You know, because we don't, you know, we really sometimes subconsciously take for granted the fact that we are living life, that we are living creatures, and that we all got an expiration date. We all gonna get up out of here, so we got to make the best of our time, man. So hopefully you guys have been having a wonderful week. It's Friday, man. As you know how we like to do for Fridays, you know, my slogan is always treat yourself, don't beat yourself. Make sure you take care of your responsibilities. Put a few dollars on them bills if you got it. If you don't, let them know that you're gonna be a little late. You gonna be a little late. Ain't nothing wrong with being a little bit late. But make sure you do something nice for yourself, man. I've been thinking about this today, man, and I was having a conversation with somebody, and I was just pondering, like, yo, like, man, like, we've been programmed since birth. Since we were born out the womb, we've been programmed to adopt this philosophy, adopt this way of life, you know, with just bills and consumership and just all of this stuff that they tell us that's the most important factors in life, you know, and it's just paying bills, and we walking around stressed out about paying bills, paying for this, paying for that. Just the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Is that what life is supposed to be about, or are we supposed to be really living? You know what I mean? Like, are we really living, or are we just existing, wasting our precious time and days on stuff that really don't serve us or that help us at all, man? So yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like, bro, like, what are we doing? Like, cause you know, in all reality, in my mind, like, I think I might just wind up being like an extreme minimalist. Like, just, I don't need a lot to get by. Just give me like a little camper, a few acres of land, you know, just the very minimal life, because this world and society and everything that's going on is enough to just make you want to detach. Like, man, I'm sick of all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just sick of all this shit that we have adopted as what life is supposed to be. I think the most important things in life, you know what I'm saying? I'm going right into this. Welcome, y'all. Thank y'all for thank y'all for tuning in to the Lunchline Podcast. Tell a family member or a friend to check out the Lunchline Podcast. You feel me? But like I was saying, man, like, I just this isn't life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this life that we have been forced into, that we've been told this is the construct of life. You're born, you go to school, you get educated, you start working a job, you buy a house, you take out debt, you have student debt just trying to get through college. You buy a house, you accumulate more debt. I got these. I'm sorry. It sounds like I'm mispronouncing my word, but I'm not. It's because I got these. I just have, you know, them braces that I used to have on. Y'all see me? I'm cheesing for those who are watching the video. I'm cheesing. But the braces that I used to have on, I got them taken off. And now I have retainers. Like, I got to wear. So my tongue kind of hits off the top. So my words might come off like I'm sound like a little bit like this. But I'm really just talking. But yeah, like we've been pushed into believing like this is what life is supposed to be. Accumulating debt to obtain some level of like bliss outwardly. It has nothing at all to do with that. I think the most important things in life are relationships with each other, embracing the moment of now, embracing the now that we have to live, embracing our life. I'm holding this mic up. This is tacky. I just decided to do it like this. I got tired of just, you know, I wanted to be heard. But I believe it's so much more than what we have been accustomed to believing it is. Like I said, relationships, embracing the now, loving ourselves, learning how to love ourselves, taking in fresh air, like just breathing. relaxing in the moment, appreciating the life forces around us. Like, I just think it's so much more than that. And I might be crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be fake deep or fake woke or no shit like that. But I'm just like, it's more to it than what we've been accustomed to believing. Because this ain't it. The politics and the injustice and all of this shit. It's just nonstop. This isn't what life was intended to be. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't what life was intended to be. That's just my thoughts on that.
Bruh.
I seen for you TikTokers, I seen there's always some very interesting, crazy shit on TikTok. There's thousands upon thousands of videos back after back after back of all the interesting shit that goes on. But I seen this one when this guy was he was talking. Well, this girl had made a post and she was talking about white privilege isn't a real thing or something like that. And then the guy went into detail as to why white privilege is not actually a real thing. And she was fairly young, so the girl who made that statement, she fairly young. Like, some stuff you hear people say, like, okay, it's obviously you don't know as much as you think you do. But he went down the line of her, the generations of her family. And he was like, yo, this is your father, who is a very successful businessman, and his father inherited all of his money from his grandfather, and his great grandfather was a slave owner, who got all of his money through free labor off the backs of black people, off the backs and the sweat of the brows of black people. That's how he was able to obtain all his wealth. And he was just telling her, like, yo, so your great great grandfather was a slave owner. He got his money through free labor. That wealth was passed down to your dad's grandfather, who and then passed it down to his son, which passed it down to his son, which is your dad. And now, so it's just generational wealth. So he was breaking that down for her. And some people don't. And I say all that to say this point. Some people don't realize, or some white people don't realize, or most people don't realize, that a lot of the white wealth that we see in our country is nothing but passed down money from life insurance, for those who own slaves. There's so much wealth that white people has that isn't earned. We thinking people are out here actually working for this money. Most of these families that you see in your neighborhood, your neighbors, most of these people that we see with all of this wealth, I ain't saying that everybody has their money that way. I ain't saying people don't work for their money, but there's a lot of people, a lot of families, a huge percentage of families in America who obtain wealth through that. So we running around here thinking like, oh man, this family's just working so hard. No, this money is life insurance, and this is inheritance that's been passed down from generation to generation. So I say all that to say, as black people, make sure you set up some really good insurance policies. Like, set up the best insurance policies that you possibly can, with a death benefit, a cash benefit that you can actually leave behind to the people that you want to leave behind. Put it in a trust first. All of that stuff. But we got to make sure that we passing money down. And life insurance, not just because you die, but there's life insurance that you can take from that policy while you're still alive. You don't have to die. Do your research. But most of the money that a lot of white families have come from life insurance and inheritance that was passed down from several generations. That's really all it is. So in order for black people to get ahead, and I saw a post online, this guy made a lot of sense. He said, listen, if black people really want to put pressure on the police department from all of the killings that we as black people have faced due to the hands of police, he said, all y'all got to do is start taking out really expensive life insurance policies. Because what'll happen is that once a police officer shoots and kills somebody black, what they're going to do, what the insurance company is going to do, is going to go after the law enforcement agency for that money. you start playing with their pockets, oh yeah, they coming after you like, oh, such and this person died. Yeah, we done had to pay out $2.5 million in the last 90 days because of y'all. We need some of that. We need some of that dough. We coming after y'all. That's a wrongful death suit. We coming after y'all. That's what would happen. That was one of the best pieces of game or gems or jewels that I've seen in a minute. So I was real impressed by that. Like, so I say that to say, get y'all some life insurance policies with some cash death benefits. Look into cash policies as well too, where you can withdraw money while you're still alive. Ain't no reason for you to die to have to just leave it behind before you can partake in it as well too. But yeah, man, like generational wealth. I don't even know why I got on that, but generational wealth, man. We talk about generational wealth and leaving money and all that stuff, but that's just one thing that I've been thinking about the last few weeks. Like, man, some of these people, man, we think that are so wealthy aren't that goddamn wealthy. It didn't come from work. It came from just inheritance. You know, I got several people in my neighborhood. I'm like, you can tell because, you know, I live in a older neighborhood. So a lot of my neighbors and the people that I live around are very old. And it's kind of gotten younger over the last few years. And that's because a lot of those older people have died. And it's been young families that moving there. And you can see the condition of the yard just change from one year to the next. Like, Mr. Such and Such don't really, his yard ain't the same. And if, you know, you realize that, oh, he must have passed away. Because these younger people are moving in and they just inheriting 130, 140, $200,000 houses. They ain't did nothing for them. Now, I'm not hating. I'm not speaking from a jealous perspective. I'm just saying, like, don't think that everybody around you just is wealthy just because they work hard. A lot of this stuff is just inherited. You know what I'm saying? Like, just inherited. And like our families, most of us don't come from families that do that have done that to where they leave money behind for loved ones, for people to, you know, to thrive and live off of. So yeah, don't be fooled, man. So everything that glitter, as a wise man once said, everything that glitter ain't motherfucking gold. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one thing to think about. Another thing on the Lunchline podcast, you know, I've been thinking about this too all week. You know, I've been thinking about this too all week. Excuse me for that. I didn't mean to do that. I just hit that on accident. Relationships. You love them or hate them. In the words of Jamie Foxx, you love them or hate them. I hate them. Nah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff as far as like relationships. And I'm realizing now, man, because at this point in my life, I'm really in a transitional period because I left my profession to pursue entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship has been very hard. It's been very difficult. I'm reaching my goals, but I'm not at quite where I want to be at. And I'm going to say this, like, as a guy, as a man, because of my current position in life, I just don't feel financially that I'm willing to date. And I know willing to date. And I know a lot of people can do it, but I just choose not to. And I'm like, I'm just not comfortable with it yet. You know what I mean? Because I'm not financially where I want to be. Now, I also ponder this as well, too. Is it just because my ego is so big or so skewed in that area? You got to listen. You got to really have an open mind to listen to this. Is it my ego? Because in all reality, and I had a friend tell me that shouldn't matter. You shouldn't want a woman to be with you because of what you currently have. Like, yeah, I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, I need a bag. I need a couple more bags before I can even really entertain that. Like, I don't even feel comfortable entertaining that because I'm too busy trying to achieve something in my own life. So is it my ego lying to me, making me believe that, hey, you're not deserving of a relationship because you currently don't have a current financial status that you're comfortable with to pursue dating? And I'm like, in reality, no, it shouldn't matter. Do I want to? Partly no, but does it matter? It shouldn't. So it's a really tough dilemma. You feel me? Like it's a really, really tough dilemma. Like I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, companionship isn't so bad. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna be able to really, we ain't gonna be able to really do much. We're gonna have to play it. We on the budget. Nigga, we on the budget. We can do the lunch special, maybe catch a movie here and now and then. And listen, I get it. But me in my own life, I just don't feel comfortable enough doing that. But should it matter? No, it shouldn't. But it's all just perceptual and it's all perception and concepts. And like, when you become conscious, like, does it really matter? Is it like a real valuable thing? And that's the dilemma that we have as people and that we have in life is, do we put so much value into financial position? Like, is everything about how much money you make, or is it not? Because in our reality, nobody wants somebody to be with them because they have a lot of money. And at the same time, nobody wants to be with somebody who doesn't have a lot of money. And they say they don't. But financial issues have made many marriages and relationships crumble, right? Because of financial issues, whether not having enough, whether mismanagement, or the other thing. But in our reality, in the grand scheme of life, in the grand scheme of everything that we have, this opportunity at life to impact each other, to be to love one another, and just to embrace this thing called life together. Is that what it's about? Is it about money, or is it not about money? And you'll hear multiple. You'll hear dozens of perspectives on this. There's so many people who have very different perspectives. And I'm not saying their perspectives are wrong at all. And I'm not saying mine's is right or mine's is wrong. It's just different way of seeing things. Like, does it really matter? Should it really matter? You can't take it with you. We all die, at the end of our own fate. We all meet the same end. But does it matter, or should it matter? And why does it matter? And do we want it to matter? Partly no, we don't want it to matter. Like, we don't want it to matter. Like, most of us just want to be happy in our hearts. I mean, don't get me wrong. Having $1 billion, having that, what was the lotto in the Mega Millions a few weeks ago? Was it $1.3 billion? So is having $1.3 billion, 700, 400 million after taxes or whatever, would we all like that? I'm pretty sure most of us wouldn't turn it down. Would it make things in our life a lot easier from an economic, financial standpoint? Yes, it would solve a lot of those problems. But would it really solve our human problems? Would it really increase who we are as people? And most of us know, ain't no sense to get all deep. Like, most of us know it won't. But should it though? Or do we base or we equate our happiness off of where we are financially? Is there a way to, in a nutshell, embrace happiness, joy, long life, appreciation for life with having very little? That's our dilemma. Can we do that as people? Can we really find a way to be happy in the midst of not what we see as in society as having wealth? So our life doesn't mean much because we don't have much. And then we say, no, it doesn't. But then subconsciously, we've been programmed automatically to feel that way. Bills are due. You ain't got enough money for Christmas. You're stressing out. People are sick and stressed over not having enough stuff. Oh, your cars, you see this very expensive car. It's $400,000. It's a Bentley or whatever. You're driving a Ford Taurus. Your Ford Taurus is only valued at probably $2,200, if that. Both cars get you from point A to point B. Both cars can drive down the same highway. You both can go I-75 north or south and get to the same target. Everybody can get to the same target the same goddamn way. Now, one car might ride a little bit smoother than others, Both cars have doors. Both cars can pull in the Target parking lot. Both cars can load merchandise in it. And both of those cars can take all those merchandise back home. So what is really value and what's not? They both do the same thing. But I understand one has a little bit more quality than the other. Now, I'm pretty sure most of us would buy the more expensive car if we could afford it. But are we shortchanging ourselves by basing the concept or the importance of life off of that shit? Off of money? You know? Like, is my goal to have a few million based on my going through my entrepreneur journey? Like, hell yeah, absolutely is. Absolutely is. But at the same time, I understand how much it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't really mean anything. So I know eventually in my life, man, like one day, shit, hell, I plan on really just detaching from all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's another dilemma. Like, part of me is like, shit, I want to detach from this, go retire and Lagos. My homeboy always try to correct me on this. Lagos, Africa. I just want to retire Africa on some water and just live out the rest of my days. And then another part of me is like, well, damn, I know my voice, I believe, serves a purpose here. I know there's so much more for me to do here. I know. So there's so many aspects of life that we can take. Go live off all my acres of land, live my life, do my thing, or stay here, serve a purpose, help the improvement of people, and make an impact on society. It's just, you know, what's important. We stand here fighting a war. There's so many wars going on. Goddamn monkeypox. What the fuck? Monkeypox? Monkeypox, bro. So this is the latest release or attack on American citizens, if you ask me. Another goddamn pandemic. It's another pandemic, another state of emergency. Here comes another damn thing that they have conjured up in some goddamn laboratory. Y'all know it good and damn well, but don't let that make y'all afraid. There is an absolute natural cure to everything. It does require a lifestyle change in your diets, but there is a herbal cure for everything. Do not let them believe that we need to take another goddamn shot for monkeypox. Chicken pox, monkeypox, all the pox, small the pox. God damn. Do not let them fool us. Some of y'all, because listen, you got to think about how we're programmed from birth, right? Most of us are programmed to believe a certain way, think a certain way, to be empowered or to have no power at all. All of us are given a program from how we're raised, the people we're raised around, and they know that a great majority of Americans can be persuaded by news stories. They know that many of the Americans can be persuaded by a news story. People are driven by fear. So they know that millions of people will be driven by fear if you talk about something else. Oh, they talking about monkeypox a lot. Oh, monkeypox. They keep talking about monkeypox. It's on CNBC. They're talking about monkeypox. Oh, they talk about monkeypox on Fox News today. They said it was multiple outbreaks and they only showing Google images of black. There's always a black hand. Y'all ever notice that shit? There's always a black hand when it comes to looking at monkeypox pictures. Always a black hand. I ain't never seen one with you'll see like maybe a little white hand, but then you'll see like a black hand that's like, it looks like it's, you know, you can't say somebody's African based off their hand, but you can tell off the environment. You see the dirt roads, so you can assume like, damn, these people, every time they pull up a monkeypox picture, they think they're equated with black people. Ain't that but let's just go back what I'm saying. So they use the news to create a fear-based culture. And if you somebody that's easily suckered and you've lived a life of fear, you've been programmed to think that way and believe that way, then you're the perfect person to go and take a new vaccine if they release it. I know, damn, you can't say the V word, but I ain't about to do no goddamn code words for y'all. Instagram, if you pull it, you pull it. YouTube, you pull it. Don't give a shit. But I honestly believe that it's just a fear base. They pumping. Everybody knows they pump fake news, not just fake news, but they pump bad news to make you afraid to go do what they want you to do, because they know you're not going to look into it, and you know that you can be easily persuaded based off the information that they push. It's programming. You've been programmed to be afraid. Now, what if let's put a flip side on it. Now, what if CNN, MSNBC, Fox News every day spent all of their time pumping out good stories? Here's this family doing this. This family did this. This person did this for this neighborhood. Here's a great act. There's so many great things that happen in our world on the daily basis that the news will never cover, because bad stories, fear, violence, the illusion of black crime and black terror makes money. So they not trying to pump out good stories because they know good stories will change the perception and the programming of people. People start acting better. Like, damn, I seen what happened on the news the other day, and that was a beautiful story. That's contagious. Good energy is contagious, right? Good energy is absolutely 100% contagious. That's the truth. Like, it's contagious. And they know that. So they prefer to give you fear-based news and say, you know what? You're going to catch monkeypox. Don't go out, touch nobody. Wash your hands. Make sure you don't do this. And sooner or later, you're going to have people running around in bubbles. Like, I don't want to touch nobody. I still see people mask up at the store. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about wearing your mask, but I'm just letting y'all know. Because there's a lot of y'all who took the vaccine, who are still afraid, who are still catching COVID, and who are still wearing your mask. Are y'all aware that even with the COVID or the shots and shit like that, if you live a healthy lifestyle, and you're not eating, and we're not eating a lot of processed foods and stuff like that, there's a way we can combat anything. That's just the truth. That's the absolute truth. That's what Dr. Sebi, that's what a lot of other natural healers talk about, Yaki Awakening. All of these people give us the information that help us to be better in our life. But this fear-based news stuff, man, this is the ongoing thing. Goddamn monkeypox. So what is it? It is August. Okay, it's August. Okay, so let's see how long this lasts. So the COVID hype stuff done kind of died down. The variants, the 12 shots that they've been saying that y'all gonna get is kind of died down in the news, because it's the news. It's the news. And you know how our news is. Our news is very, very selective on the stories that they want to put out to the public. So right now we on this monkeypox thing. Joe Biden done go ahead. He done already released it as a state of emergency. Monkeypox. Everybody be on alert. Poor Joe Biden. Speaking of Joe Biden, not to get up Joe Biden. Yo, hold on. Bruh. Listen. Nah, but for real. Joe Biden. Man, have y'all been paying attention to Joe Biden lately? Straight up. Like, have y'all really been paying attention to Joe Biden? Bro, 70 years old. What is he, 76 or something like that? I got my thing in front of me. I can't pull it up. Joe Biden, bro, is old, son. Bro is old. There is no way in American hell history that they would ever have a black man who is looking very dementia-ish. And I'm not making fun of anybody with dementia, but I'm just saying, my man, he misreading stuff on the teleprompters. He falling off bikes. It's just incident after incident. He's slurring and mumbling his words. And I know everybody gonna say, but it ain't really Joe Biden. I'm not getting into that right now. I get it. I understand. I'm not getting into that, but I get it. You know, I know how y'all feel. Is that really Joe Biden? I know. But listen, the point that I want to make is the stuff that this guy is doing. He don't look all right. I'm sorry. This is just from what I'm seeing. It's just too many. It's too many interviews with him stumbling over his words. I'm not just talking about mispronouncing words. I do that all the time. Mispronouncing words, pronunciation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just going off on a limb like, at the Pentagon, just on some really like, bro, bad out here. He down bad, man. So yeah, man. Joe Biden, man, declared a state of emergency for the monkey ballpox. So now you know what's coming next. It's gonna be all over the news for the next few weeks. Yeah, very interesting to see where this thing goes or what happens with this, but I know they're going to fear pump y'all to death with it. They're going to show y'all images. They're going to make up all of these because the cases are just going to rise. But I ain't really seen nobody come in the forefront like, man, I caught, you start seeing people in your local neighborhood like, man, I caught that monkeypox, boy. That shit was crazy. I caught it. It hasn't gotten there yet, but as of right now, it's just like, yeah, okay, we got cases, this many cases in this city. And you got to think, they saying we got 4 cases in a county that's 900,000 people. You got 4 cases. The odds are looking a little bit in our favor. Okay. And that's even if it's like a real thing. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying that it's not real, but it smell like shit, look like shit, steam like shit. It's probably shit, just being honest. But shit, yeah, man. I don't really know how I feel about that, man. I don't know how I feel about that. That's just real talk. I know I've been kind of all over the place today, but I just had a few things to get off my chest, man. I don't allow them to do what they did to most of y'all during the pandemic, the first pandemic. Please don't allow them to do that. All of you, and I'm not trying to make y'all feel bad. And I know some people feel like you say anything about somebody who's your body, your choice. I get it. But you got to understand. You got to know when you being played with. You can't take everything that they saying as gold. A lot of people die every day. I get it. A lot of y'all loved ones, a lot of the people that are taking the vaccines that have died from COVID, a lot of them had very poor immune systems to begin with. That's just the truth. A lot of people many Americans have very, very bad immune systems and very bad diets. A great percentage of us do. And that's because of our choices of eating, the food that we have access to, things like that. So the monkeypox, don't let them trick you into saying like, hey, you got to go get another vaccine. And the Modernas and all this other stuff, the Johnson, all these other shots that y'all already got, plus y'all gonna mix that with monkeypox juice or not monkeypox juice, but a monkeypox shot. Y'all gonna mix the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine with the new monkeypox juice that they gonna release probably. If it keeps going like this, another monkeypox juice. You got to go get this vaccine. You gonna be a gumbo of just some fucking bullshit. That's just, I can't say it any plainer. You taking you got one vaccine, then you gonna take a monkeypox vaccine. You gonna be a damn shit. I don't know. You gonna be in trouble. I could just see it as that. You really gonna be in trouble. It's the summertime. I got these I'm fanning these what's some damn fruit? Well, not fruit flies. You know the damn gnats from all the plants. I'm a plant daddy. Hey, plant daddy. But yeah, I be having these damn gnats. You know them little plant gnats and fucking little things. Yeah, but man, I just say all that to say, man, I just want my people to be safe, man. I want those who listen to the Lunchline Podcast and who have been with me since day one. I want you guys to be safe. I want you guys to be healthy and whole, man. And I don't want y'all to be be pushed by this fear that you have to be afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be fearful. Like, they constantly want to keep you in a afraid state. You know, like, in all reality, man, like, everybody has a choice to believe and to think how they want to. You can think good things. You know, on every time that there's a bad thought, there's actually a equally good thought on the flip side of that. So you can think good things, man. Like, you don't always got to adopt the first piece of negative bullshit that you hear. Oh, I'm going to get monkeypox. Oh, I'm going to be afraid. Oh, I'm going to die. Oh, I got to go take a shot. What do I have to do to prevent this? You got to educate yourself. You got to listen. We've been dealing with nonsense and bullshit for a long time. And you got to understand, you got to know how to decipher this stuff, man. Like, this ain't, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, everything's a for-profit thing. If that's the case, if they cared so much about fucking monkeypox and Moderna and all of this Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine shot shit, if that was the real case, if they really cared about your health, as I have said time and time again, then they would eliminate a lot of the processed foods and a lot of the way that food is handled in this country. They would definitely ban that shit. You got a lot of food in America that other countries have banned because of the ingredients. So don't sit here and tell me that they care about your life. They care about your life when monkeypox drops. But they won't do anything to eliminate the bad food sources and the poisonous water sources that we got in America. Come on, man. Use your brain. Don't let Curious George and all that other shit. Don't let Curious George pox get you down. I'm telling you. Like, you got to use your head. If that's the case, then they would have been gone after McDonald's for the stuff that they put in their food. How bad it is for you. Bro, you can drop a McDonald's fry, drop a box of fries underneath your seat in the car. You ever seen those fries? You got kids, right? You got kids. You know, you get them the Happy Meals and fries fall out the box. And sometimes you don't get it when you go to clean up. You check it in a year. It's a fry that been under there that look exactly the same way that it does the day that you bought it. These fries haven't molded and spoiled over time. You mean to tell me that's a potato? If that's the case, then all of these government corporations who seem to act like they care about your body, they would have shut that shit down a long time ago. Like, wait a minute, this ain't even real food. The stuff that y'all spraying on here, this chemically induced food. Come on, man. The steroids that they putting in this chicken? You serious? The beef? Oh, we ain't call it. Are you guys even really eating meat at this point? Because you know they don't say chicken no more. Not that you got to look at the wording. A lot of fast food places, you'll see white meat. You'll see fresh white meat. You can't tell me there's not enough produce to keep up with the demand globally. You hear me? There's not enough cows. What McDonald's say? Over 1 billion served. There's not enough cows, bro. There's not enough cows. There's not enough animals to keep up with the food source that everybody's claiming that they love so much. Listen, I'm not going to knock you, and I'm not knocking your lifestyle if you like to eat like that. If you're somebody who can accept the ramifications that comes with eating poorly and you completely okay with your fate and you made peace with it, I ain't even talking to you. Live your life. I tip my hat to you. But if you somebody, as I always say, who complains about stuff hurting, you're afraid of all of the stuff that the government has going on. So it's like you choose what to be scared about. If you know that food is bad and food is poison and all of this stuff is really bad, all of the issues and the heart problems and the problems that we have with our health come from the way that we eat. So why are we going to sit around here and act terrified when some monkeypox drop? Like, bro, you've been eating pork chops. You've been like, bro, you've been doing all kind of other stuff that ain't conducive to your life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make y'all feel bad about people doing drugs, all kind of, man. Come on, man. Some monkeypox dropping. You worried about that? A COVID comes. You worried about that? You got a million other things that the government is allowing to happen to people, but we putting all this emphasis on these goddamn viruses that they done made in a back room some damn where. When the whole plan is to kill and control everybody. Listen, I ain't trying to be no conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying we got to put the math, 1 + 1, the math got to math somewhere. Like all of the other stuff that's going on, all of the other things that we're exposed to. And you mean to tell me that monkeypox? Bro, Rowley's been trash for, I don't care. Y'all can say whatever I want. I get it. You got access to what you got access to. The fatty foods is going to kill you, right? Too much of the fatty foods is going to kill you. The heart problems, the bad health that a lot of your family members go through. And I'm not saying it like I'm some super health guru. No, I'm not saying that at all, but I'm just painting a picture of what's really what. So you can't sit here and say that you worried about monkeypox and pandemics and all of this stuff when you ignoring the fact of what's really going on. Alcohol is horrible. Listen, I done had my fair share of Crown Royal. I have. Hennessy, all of it. And had my fair share of it. I understand how it tastes. I know how it tastes. But alcohol is awful for our bodies, right? We ain't gonna sit here and be like, oh, monkeypox, bad. Crown Royal, Avion, good. Shit just don't, come on, man. Like, what's really bad and what's not really bad? Because we as people, that's what we do. We program ourselves to believe shit that don't make no sense. So let me ignore the way that I live my lifestyle through my health, but let me adopt and believe all of these viruses that CSNBC and all these news sources tell me is real. That's just my 2 cents, man. That's really it, man. This is the Lunchline Podcast, bro. Y'all done heard me rant on for damn near an hour now. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. The rest of y'all weekend be blessed. Get on back in there and get to work if you are working. If you off, listen, may you have a great weekend. There's still a few hot days left. I'm in the Midwest. If you in the Midwest, we're going to go ahead and send out the rest of this summer in the bang. We're going to have a good time. So take care. Love yourself. Love your families. Embrace those who are dear to you. Try to be better. Be patient with yourself. Don't be too hard on your mistakes. Drop that philosophy and choose to believe the best. We got to believe the best for our lives and for ourselves. And this is the Lunchline Podcast, man. Y'all know how we do it. Until next time, peace.